I'm Dr. David Maloney, and I'm here at the SOHO conference in Houston, and we're discussing the role of CAR T-cell therapies in other histologies of large cell or other histologies of lymphoma, and this is an emerging technology that is in clinical trials right now. There are many different types of B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that express CD19. So because of that, they are acceptable targets for CAR T-cell therapy, and many of the companies are now exploring using their CAR T-cell products in other types of lymphoma other than diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, or the aggressive lymphomas where they're actually now commercially approved. And so the areas that have been quite interesting are areas using the CAR T cells in follicular lymphoma. So these are the more indolent lymphomas that patients can chronically have and go through multiple types of therapy. And data that has been presented with tisagenlecleucel by Steve Schuster's group and the Novartis product shows that there's a high rate of remission. Studies from our group at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center also show that there's a high rate of complete remission, and those remissions appear to be quite durable. And then lastly, there is ongoing experience now with the Kite product and data that will be coming out in ASH in the next meetings over the next months to years, again showing their experience with a commercial product termed Yescarta or axicabtagene ciloleucel. And again, in that setting, there's a high response rate in patients with low-grade the types of low-grade lymphomas. In addition, centers are beginning to get experience with these in other histologies, such as small lymphocytic lymphoma or CLL, as well as mantle cell lymphoma. And in both of these cases, I think there's going to be a role of CAR T cells, showing that this can lead to long-term or long-lasting remissions. We don't know whether these treatments will be curative or not, but they're clearly some of the most active agents we've ever tested in these relapsed and refractory patients. It's important to note that in these clinical trials, patients have really had to fail almost every available treatment option to be able to get onto these trials. And in that setting, we're still seeing very impressive overall response rates and complete remission rates. So I think that these are still complicated therapies. They're patient-derived cells from that patient. They have to be given back to the same patient. And these are issues that have to be overcome. You need to have a center of excellence. That center needs to know how to deal with the complications of cytokine release syndrome, neurologic toxicity. But this will very quickly become a mainstay of therapy for other histologies as the clinical trials are being done. And I think the future is very bright for these types of therapy.